fun begins.
Hold on! We've got troopers up top. We're running out of road!
Not exactly a stealth exit, boys.
Let's move!
I thought that the end of the war would mean an end to losing more of our brothers. But I was wrong. We can't just walk away. Not with the Empire imprisoning the kid.
Secure her in a cell.
Omega's been waiting for us a long time. Our mission is not over yet.
There is nothing of greater importance to secure the future of this empire. Whatever is needed to accomplish this goal, you will have it.
They are coming. For all of you.
Give us a real challenge. Everyone, down!
We're not big on following orders.
I wasn't planning on killing you, but you're making it very tempting.
Hello there.
Yes. Yes.
Man,
yes.
that trailer gets me every time. That just the Ventress sting at the end.
Dude, it's so there's so many things that are potentially going to happen this final season. I love how many episodes we're getting. The fact that we're getting 3 episodes at the very start of it all is so intense.
Yeah, the triple drop that's a bold move. You know, like even 2-episode drop is a lot to take in, but 3. A lot of plot's going to happen really quick. Yeah. That's what that means. You know, that's why they're dropping those 3 episodes together, because a ton of stuff is going to happen in those first cumulatively, like about an hour, just over an hour.
Yeah. The fact that we got to see the little Exegol clip, the fact that we got to see like Plagueis even talking about stuff in the first, or Sidious talking about stuff in the first place. The fact that we get the Ventress reveal, which could happen any period of time.
It's true. It's not confirmed that it's a flashback or it's present time or anything like that. We're just gonna have to figure that out as we're watching it, you know?
Yeah.
And see if the explanation is plausible. I think it will be.
Yeah. Plus bringing back Cad Bane and Fennec Shand. There's a lot of potential plot holes that are going to be coming up. The fact that we still have all the other Geonosian tech and some of the scientists that are still under house arrest, I suppose, or under, they're under Imperial hold at the moment.
They've got they're not letting him leave. They're like detained. They're like fancy arrest, you know. But yeah, no, dude, Cad Bane and Fennec Shand, there needs to be a rematch after their last fight. I'm hoping we get that this season. I'm really hoping. I mean, they're both in the trailer. It's just the question is, are they both going to be in the same episode? Because that's when it really gets crazy. That's what I'm hoping for, anyway.
This is true. And then I'm also
there he is. Hello there. I hope you're in this season too. Actually,
look at this badass.
I'm hoping you're going to show up, man.
Yeah, right.
Howdy.
Yeah, and then the couple of shots. I'm sure it's all within the same episode as well. But the little clips that we got to see of, like, I'm assuming Space Florida or Space with like all the half dinosaurs and like alligators.
Could that be Pabu?
Yeah.
Could that be the island that they're on with the tsunami? Could that be the same planet?
That'd be
it's like a different part of the planet. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. It might be like just a different region of Pabu, but it could be a whole new world. A whole new no, don't do that. If it is a new part of Pabu, that sucks because that means that the Empire has arrived, you know? So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen, but that seems to be one of the trends of the show too, is showing that, like, a lot of the Batchers have to learn firsthand the consequences of what happens, and like the people that have taken them in and sheltered them here on Pabu are gonna like face the wrath of the Empire for that. Once that they're gonna have to wrestle with that. Like, so I really feel like it is gonna bad things are gonna happen to that beautiful, lovely little island town, unfortunately.
Yeah, and then going
Dude,
back to thinking, going back to
ready.
thinking of what Hunter was saying on, like, oh no, Omega's been waiting for us a long time. I don't think necessarily it's been like over a year that she's been, under hold. I think
Maybe not.
I think what he's saying is like from a child's point of view, like
Sure.
she's been detained long enough by the cops, essentially.
Dude, if you tell a kid that they're in timeout for like 5 minutes, that might as well be like an hour and a half. Like it's forever to a kid.
That's
So
true.
like if they take like a whole 24 hours to get Omega back out of Tantus, then they've already left her waiting a long time. Like because she's Omega, Any amount of time is a long time, especially if you're in like a nasty science, basically prison.
It's true.
But however, I do agree. I think Ice is right. I think there will be a time jump. I take it literally. I think that she has been in there for like an objectively long time, not just a long time to her. Yeah, the I don't know if you saw on Twitter, they released some Bad Batch bingo cards, like templates that you can create your own. So I've been slowly filling one out, trying to come up with predictions for this season. This is what I got so far. Take a look.
Yes.
So up here on the top, we got Cad Bane and Fennec rematch. I think it's somewhat likely, but mostly I just really want it to happen, Boba and Omega meeting, that seems like a pretty important thing. And I feel like if Omega is gonna meet Boba, it should be on her terms, in that it's in her show,
That's fair.
What didn't meet in the book? We didn't have like grown-up Omega showing up and being like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" Yeah. So I think it would make way more sense if it happened here in this timeline. So
are the blank ones the ones we need to figure out still? Because it's not like they'll be free.
I couldn't come up with enough squares, and I was hoping that people in the chat or you yourself
could we have
fill in these last ones here.
6, so we need 7. So we need 7 more squares. Oh my God, Tech is Winter Soldier, I think, is one of my personal favorites.
Yes. I really think that has some merit to it, because that's such a delicious trope, and I feel like they're going to use that.
God, that's incredible.
Like not only will Tech have survived, which is also a square on here, but he will be like Winter Soldier. They gave him the crosshair deal, and he's just like fighting against them now.
So I mean, on top of the Cody / Clone Rebellion.
Yeah.
One box could be like we get to see we get to see a party again, like we get to see not Tech. Shit. I'm blanking on the clone whose arm is a screwdriver now. Who's
Echo.
Yeah, so like Echo, Cody, and Rex could all like show up at the final episode. So we could get like a semi-final reunion. Not necessarily the full Clone Rebellion, but like getting to see all the prior clones.
No, that's a good square. I like that. Rex, Cody, Echo reunion. Boom. I'm putting it on the top row right there. I'm gonna fill them in, and then once we fill it in, I'm gonna re-upload it so we can. Cool. There we go.
Another one would so this is just throughout the season, right? Another one would be, what's that Trandoshan bitch's name? Sid.
I've got Sid dies right here on the second row.
Because like, if anything, Sid could be the one who like gave Cad Bane all the information that she had on the batch, and like kind of pointed him in the potential direction. So either Sid dies. So I see Sid dies. So we would need something else, like Sid hired Cad Bane or some shit.
I mean,
yeah, Sid, either like Sid.
To what end? Like to track him down? Do you think Sid's gonna like have a redemption, or is this like Sid down on being evil?
Sid's gonna be like a season like mini boss.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think Sid's gonna get dealt with early on in the story. I don't know if she's gonna die. I think she's definitely gonna get hers, though. You know, maybe she gets locked up by the Empire or something.
Definitely not redeemed though. I don't think. I don't think
I
she
don't
does.
see a redemption for Sid. I really don't. Ventress, I feel like it's cheating to put Ventress in a square because we saw her in the trailer. So we
Well,
know
I
Ventress
guess
is showing up
so.
eventually.
So if it was
Eventually.
Ventress related, so if there was a box that would be Ventress related, would it be like, I don't know, Ventress survived exclamation mark versus,
See, I put down Quinlan Voss. That
or
was
would
kind
it
of
be
my
like
Ventress
Ventress
related.
retcon? Well, it would, because it would have to be either she's a resurrection or it's a retcon.
I
Either one.
don't think it's a retcon. I think it is a resurrection. I
Yeah.
think they're going to use
So-
the living waters on Dathomir. They've like it's all set up perfectly for this to happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if it went down that way.
So then one of the
Title for
boxes.
the final
So
episode
yeah.
of the
So
opening
then
line
should
of
one of the
Bad Batch
boxes
Expansion.
be like Dathomiri resurrection?
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards for Ventress. The opening line from Bad Batch, first appearance in Clone Wars. The cavalry has arrived, right? Yeah. Honestly, yeah, that does kind of hint that like we're going to get all of the Bad Batch together again, which means Crosshair and Tech and Omega standing there with the rest of them. So if that does go down, I think you're going to get your square, the Echo Cody Rex reunion, because I think that we're going to get this massive, like, we're going to get all of them, all the clones coming back in. Hell, Cut LaQuain could be up in here, dropping bodies in the finale, you know, with his like farmer's rifle.
I don't know. Yeah, homeboy has kids. I think he probably would stay home for.
If Vader does appear and we could get a duel with him and Ventress, I have that on my bingo card. Dude, Vader Ventress duel
I don't know about
would be
that.
insane. I don't even like. I barely have Vader on my bingo card though. I have one square down here at the bottom that says Vader, and I don't even like. He might just show up on a holo call. I don't think we're really going to get him.
The fact that we're getting Ian
Up in
McDermott
here.
Palpatine in the first place is something
dude,
that
it's so
like
good. It's
is
so
its
good.
own. It's its own like bingo card of just like the fact that we get to hear that voice again as that character. Like that's its own little like.
It's fantastic, dude.
It's like a reward.
It's a little treat. We get a little bit of Ian as a treat.
Yeah. But for Ventress, though, I definitely don't think she's going to be a bounty hunter or any sort. I think it's definitely going to be more of a situation that, like, the main characters stumble upon her, and she probably
Agreed.
thinks
Word.
that they're after her, and then it's just going to be a situation of like, we have no idea who you are. And
They're
then-
gonna stumble upon her trying to hide, and it's gonna turn out that they chose the same planet because of its suitability for like
Yeah.
hiding. It's like really remote or something.
Yeah.
And,
So I
when
saw
stuff like that
someone in the
happens,
chat-
is that the will of the Force? Is it the
I
Force
see-
putting
I
these two
see
people
someone in the
together?
chat
you know?
being like, "Oh, Sid hired Ventress," and I was like, at this point in time, Ventress.
Yeah, I don't
is
think she's working for jobs.
hella
I
dead.
agree.
And like, if anything, if she was resurrected by the remaining Dathomiri witches, the last thing she would want is to be on anyone's radar because she's a living dead girl. To quote the great Rob Zombie.
Right. She really is, though, especially if it turns out to be a resurrection type story. Luthen Rail appearance. My man, would they do that? Would they put our Skarsgård from Andor, would they put him in the Bad Batch? How would he fit into the story, I wonder? Like,
I don't remember.
could he be involved with the, because like he gets involved with like the rebellion, but in its infancy, but this is many years before that, during the Clone Rebellions. I don't even know what he's up
Gotcha.
to
Yeah.
at that time.
Okay.
That would be wild if he showed up, though.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I see someone, Anthony YouTube fan. I was also like kind of brainstorming that of like if Ventress were to fight anyone, it would be more likely that it would be an Inquisitor versus
That would be very satisfying. The same way when the Inquisitors and Rebels attacked Ezra and Ahsoka showed up and just like embarrassed them, just handed them their asses. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I think it's a little too early for Luthen, but if this wasn't the final season and this show went on for like 2 more seasons, I feel like then it would be Luthen time. It would be the Luthen era.
Could you imagine the power that would be in that cameo? Even if it were just a voiceover
Of
like,
George?
that would be incredible. Like
If you were going to cameo George in here, it's very easy. Just put Chairman Papanoida back up in there. Ryo Chuchi's father, because that's who he was in Revenge of the Sith. You see him walking up the stairs to the opera house. Yeah, because he cameoed on screen. Well, he's Senator Papanoida, so they just have him show back up in like a recording or something. He'd have to do like an Australian voice, which is kind of funny. I bet he could do it.
Yeah,
Senator Chuchi, exactly. Yes.
Well, I feel like we're gonna see her already, right? Because she's the
we
one.
already did. We saw her last season.
Yeah, she's essentially the lawyer. She's essentially the lawyer who's fighting on behalf of the entire clones right now. Yeah.
I don't know if she would see it this way, but she's instrumental in the downfall of Rampart. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's really what took him down, was her opposition in the Senate, making a big enough fuss of it that the Empire had to come in and be like, you know what? We wash our hands of this, and we're actually going to blame everything on Rampart. Good day.
That's true.
I'm a little worried for her too, but maybe we won't see her, or maybe we'll get like a Senate focused episode.
Oh man. Yeah.
Kelleran back would be dope. I would love that.
I hope the fall of the Senate very much isn't going to be based off of like a Russian Tsar Anastasia sort of situation.
Well, the Senate doesn't get liquidated really until during A New Hope, pretty much. Like word finally reaches them that the Senate's been shut down like a good 19 years from now. But we could get some more Senate stuff. Gunji is a good call. That's a good call, Jake. We rescued him, and he's going to want to return the favor. And if we maybe Gunji will be with Quinlan Voss, you know, maybe they found each other through the path, and that's how we get this connection to everyone else. That would be pretty awesome. Yeah, exactly. The beginnings of the path from Kenobi. Maybe it all gets set up with the help of the batch way back when.
It's true.
That would be awesome. I would actually really, very much like that. So this is, let's see. I'm gonna read through this and try and pick a couple good ones here and add them to the board. Rex kills Cody or fights Cody. I think Rex versus Cody would have happened if Cody hadn't already gone AWOL, but now
Cody already fucking defected. Yeah, he already.
Why would Cody be fighting anymore?
Yeah, if anything, he's probably writing an apology letter to Kenobi right now. And
he's going to show up. He's going to show up and be like, "How can I help?" That's what my prediction is for that.
Bro, okay, so oh man, see, so it's like bad. So it's like the reunion, any sort of clone reunion would just like fit into the same box because it's like, bro, what if we saw Wolf? Like there's so many.
Yeah, we could get Wolf. I think we're going to get all the clones
so many
we've
like
met along the
rebel
way.
buildups that could still happen. That like that we could still see. So there's so many characters that could like, yeah, I don't know.
And also, yeah, the D. Bradley Baker's already there. So literally any clone you can think of, they've already cast him. He's already ready.
Because at this period, also, Maul. I think Maul's just like wandering out he's just wandering out in the desert. Because I see some people in the chat trying to think about him too, and I was like, I think at this point in time, Kira might have taken Crimson Dawn. Crimson Dawn. Crimson Dawn, Kira. Yeah. I think Kira is probably in charge of Crimson Dawn right now. So it's like, I doubt.
I think this is the time period when that's happening.
I mean, if Maul were to show up, that could be like a really strange, weird, adventurous thing. But I mean, like, if we got to see Kira, like Kira could be a bingo box of like, we'll just see Shadow Collective and see Crimson Dawn.
She's not really a major player yet. I think it might be a little early because during the Bad Batch, she would still be on Corellia, working for the Worm, working for Lady Proxima. I think we're like 10 years out from her becoming like a major player in Crimson Dawn. I might be wrong. Chat, let me know what would Kira be up to at this time? Is this before or after Lady Proxima on Corellia?
So Maul would still be in charge then.
Yeah, because she's as old as Han is. So how old is Han Solo during the Bad Batch? He's like a kid still, right?
He's still a kid, yeah.
Which means, yeah, they're totally on course on Corellia being street urchins working for Lady Proxima. That's what I think. 17 BBY? Okay, yeah, they're both They're both still like yay high, but we're getting there. Yeah, I don't think that we would. And if we did get a cameo of Kira, it would be in the context of like the batch goes to Corellia and meets some street kids, and Han, like little Han Solo pickpockets him or something. That would be hilarious. Actually, I kind of want to see that now. Get a little Oliver Twist moment with like little baby Han.
That'd be interesting. Who would even voice Kid Han? Well, anyone could voice Kid.
Get Alden Ehrenreich to do it. Yeah, be perfect. I hear he's pretty good at being young Han Solo these days. That's what. Okay, yeah, 13 years old, slimming on Corellia. That's what I thought. And Han would be around 20 years old. 20-year-old Han Solo. We already have a lot of stories about that. The Han Solo trilogy by A.C. Crispin, The Paradise Snare, is the name of the first one. I love those books. They have Han Solo like being misguided and trying to join the Imperial Academy, deciding it's a bad idea. He takes his iconic outfit off of a bounty hunter that comes to kill him, and he like gets the draw on him and shoots him. And then he gets up close and he turns his blaster up to full power and he like just like blasts the dude's face off so he can't be identified. And then he like drops the corpse out and pretends that it's him. He like switches IDs.
Steals his clothes, walks off.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. It's a very different story. I love those books. And then he goes and like breaks up a cult, basically. Like his girlfriend joins a cult and he has to go like take it down from the top. It's good.
It's very Peter Parker. It's very 90s Peter Parker.
Yeah, kind of actually. I hadn't thought about it that way, but
because there's literally an episode of the 90s like Spider-Man Fox Kids cartoon where fucking Mary Jane Watson gets brainwashed and abducted by a cult led by Baron Mordo, and that was the introduction to Doctor Strange into the cartoon show. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's right. This lucky man right here has already seen the first 3 episodes. Don't spoil anything, but how did you like it? Like good, great, bad, hated it? Just give us a simple answer like that. What did you think of those 3 episodes? Because I want to know. I trust your opinion on most things. So like if you liked it, man, then I'll know that I'm in for a good time.
Ooh, for Bingo Square.
You got one?
New gross torture device. Like
I like that a lot. That's absolutely
the like torture headphones, or between because what did we get to see in the last episode of Bad Batch? That creepy glove.
There was a crazy torture device. There wasn't there? And it was
what it was.
I just can't get the one from Andor out of my head. You remember that?
I know, with the silent screaming like torture baby headphones. Yeah, dude.
Dude, that one was rough.
Yeah, or like crying. They were like crying baby dolphins or some shit. Yeah.
No, it was the cries of a species as they were being eradicated and like their children. They had like some sort of like a telekinetic effect.
Telepathic scream. Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
It's messed up, man. Oh, and everybody is so lucky because I was looking for the clip and I couldn't find it. So you're all off the hook. Yeah, that's right. It was they used a nerve gas thing in that episode, didn't they?
Hemlock said, yeah, they were working on a nerve gas.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when Gideon took Grogu, right? They had little handcuffs for a baby. You can't have baby handcuffs in your armory and not think that you're the bad guys. They know. Oh, Jordan Malkus, that's a great card. Thrawn on Mount Tantus. What do you think? Do you think we could get the big blue, the T-Dog himself?
I don't think so.
You don't think we're going to get any Thrawn? It is a long shot, but like we know that Tantus would be one of the high level things that he would be somehow involved with, or at least would have the clearance to know about.
The fact that we did get to see the like shadow, like the Imperial Cabal was pretty fucking cool. Like if we got to see Krennic, Krennic cameo could potentially be bingo card.
We saw Krennic at Tarkin's meeting on Ariadu.
Yeah, with the Cabal, but like
Right.
he hasn't said anything.
No, he hasn't. They definitely did not get the actor to come back. They just like animated him to be there.
Yeah.
Timeline wise, Thrawn is very much still in this galaxy. Thrawn stays in this galaxy until the end of Rebels, which is really close to episode 4. We've still got a ways to go. We got like 17 years to go. How do I think the Empire will handle the clone rebellion? The same way the Empire handles everything else. With pew, 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 pew. It's going to be laser after laser, just base Delta Zero. They will level whatever area the clone rebellion is taking place in. Like, they're going to absolutely make a fucking example out of the clones for the rest of the galaxy to see. Like, the Empire is not messing around.
Yeah,
it'll be hard to watch, and we're going to lose some folks. I really think we're going to lose some folks.
This is gonna be their wind up round for the Siege of Mandalore.
Oh that was amazing. He made like the most cartoon punch sound effect when he hit the microphone. Yeah. It was like psh, it was perfect.
Yeah. Or not Siege of Mandalore. What was it called? The Night of 1,000 Tears.
Yeah, the night of 1,000 Tears when they purged Mandalore.
It was the purge. Okay, yeah, that was the word. The Great Purge, not the siege.
I have my emotional support Lula ready to go, but I don't think it's.
Dude, so mine's still in the storage trunk in my parents' or my mom's place still.
Oh shit!
But I know where the Lula is.
Oh, this was actually in storage too until just before the podcast. I went.
Now I feel super bad that mine isn't gonna be here for the first couple episodes of the final season. Shit.
I mean, you have time. You technically have some time to go get it.
Yeah, no, not today.
You don't have to. But I have one. You can live vicariously through my Lula.
I'll have mine. But dude, I'm just so pumped that we were able to get those at fucking Star Wars Celebration.
Yep. Like, Star Wars Celebration Anaheim 2022 right there.
Oh,
look at my non-focusing camera. Look at that. I don't know why. I don't even know why I try. But we did. We got them in Celebration 22. And my God, what a magical time that was, dude. That was not only our first time going to Celebration. It was our first time seeing each other after like over a year because he just moved. Yeah,
because of moving to Arizona.
It was also our first time going to Galaxy's Edge, like ever. So, and Kenobi came out that weekend too. So it was just like we were riding on a Star Wars fan high for sure. Man, that was fun. AC Dragon Rider. I also hope Cody returns, but yeah, yes, no, I agree. It's going to be tough because we don't know what he's going to return and do, and we also know that, you know, Rex doesn't know the things that like the development Cody's had too, so he might view him as an enemy when he first sees him, and like, what if we get one of those tragic situations where like Cody comes back to help and to apologize, but Rex just sees him showing up with a gun and he like fires first, thinking Cody's here to kill him, and like, and then they have like the whole like dying breath, like I'm so sorry. Like, what if they did that? That would show that mean. Are they that cruel? Would they do that to us?
No. If anything, like Cody would just be running up like with a sign. I don't think he would be that dumb.
I would do that if I was making this show. Just twist the knife. I mean, well, what if it's in the middle of a battle? You know, like they're already in a firefight, combat's going, emotions are running high. Rex turns around and there's Cody holding his blaster, and he just, you know,
nah,
the last time they saw each other.
If anything, it would be Cody jumping in the way. He would be pulling a bodyguard and like jump in the way of a shot, protecting Rex.
See, then, I fully expect that. I fully expect a sacrifice from him. I also expect a sacrifice from Crosshair. I think.
I don't know what I fucking expect from Crosshair.
I think Crosshair is going to come full fucking circle, and he's going to lay down his life to save Omega from Tantus.
I mean, like that's a very strong suggestion. Like, is that on the bingo square? That actually should be.
I haven't put it on yet because I wanted to field that one to the chat and see. Am I insane for thinking that?
No, like
that's where I think it's going.
Well, so you have Crosshair dies.
Yes.
So it's like, I mean,
I think that he's a dead man walking. So like I don't know what it is, but like when you watch a lot of TV, sometimes you see a character, you meet them, and you can just feel it in your bones. This dude's not going to be there when the credits roll in the last episode. Like he's not making it the whole way. When I get that gut feeling, I'm usually right about a character. Doesn't happen that often in Star Wars, but like Crosshair has that energy for me. I just don't see him making it out of this show.
Yeah, I don't know. I
don't want it to be true. I'm just saying that's my read on it. I hope we don't get too many deaths, but how wild would it be to see the whole batch go down? Omega having to deal with that would be heartbreaking. Kind of a Rogue One ending, you mean? Like they all go down?
I don't know. I'm also curious who the really stealthy looking like Death Trooper we get to see, who's like standing in front of the whole open like garrison.
I'm telling you, man, that's Winter Soldier Tech. That's going to be the big reveal. He's going to be this big badass. He's going to beat their asses. And they'll be like, who are you? And he's going to take his helmet off. And he's going to be like, it was me, Tech, the whole time. Crying.
Yeah,
and then they're going to like, you know.
That's fair. It'll be like how in the Godzilla vs. Kong movie, it's just them teaming up to fight a different Kong and a bigger Godzilla. Sort of a deal. Like it'll just be them helping each other out just to.
Oh, speaking of, you know what? You bring up a good point. Speaking of Godzilla, what are the odds the Zillo Beast is showing back up in some way in this?
Oh, not at all.
Because we did get that Zillo like
kaiju having a kaiju cameo, like I don't know, kaiju cameo is always worth a square, I suppose. Like big monster.
Well, because I'm thinking about last season, wasn't it like a Zillo? No, it was a Zepho. It was a Zepho like construct. It was a mech, and it was designed to fight Zillo beasts.
Yes, that's what we got. But then we did what show? I feel like
oh my god, you're right. No. Yeah, the Zillo's right there. The Zillo's in the facility with them.
We had the baby one, and it kept evolving, and it was like, yeah, it kept eating the.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Okay, yeah. Well, in that case, I'm putting the Zillo on a square. I'm putting Zillo Beast on a square.
Or just like kaiju appearance.
I mean, I could do kaiju. I'm gonna be bold, and I'm gonna put straight up Zillo Beast because I feel like if we're getting any kaiju, it'll be a Zillo Beast, especially because it would be weird if they showed us a different kaiju and not a Zillo Beast, knowing that there's a Zillo Beast on Tantus, where Omega and Crosshair are. Like we know it's in the building somewhere, you know. So like it would if they showed us something else instead, like a Sando Aqua monster, I'd be like, why are you trying to make me forget about the Zillo Beast? Show me the Zillo Beast. You can't tease a Zillo Beast and not deliver, man. That's what the people want.
Well, I mean, they gave it to us last season. All we know is that it's locked up in the same building, but like, yeah. The Palps versus.
What is this? The Darth Vader comic? Like, come on. That's like something that like Ethan Sachs and Paolo Villanelli would create. Palpatine just like fighting a Zillo Beast with lightning.
Dude, speaking of Godzilla, though, I did finally see Shin Godzilla. It was pretty fucking good.
You the new one?
No, not -1. I still need to see Godzilla -1, but it hasn't hit the streaming services yet. But I did see Shin Godzilla.
How was that?
It was pretty good. It was very it was very good doomsday like monster movie. Like it was.
Is that one also pretty recent?
Yeah, it was. Well, kind of. It was at least within the last 5 years or so. But like. Yeah, it was definitely they did a really good representation of how America would respond if like said situation were to happen in Japan. And like I don't know, it was really cool the way that they put it together. But like yeah, I'm still waiting for -1 to come.
I'm actually glad you brought that up because it's a perfect segue for me to say. Fun fact, first of all, I've never seen any Godzilla movies. I haven't seen pretty much like the only kaiju movies that I've seen are like really modern, recent one, like Pacific Rim and stuff like that.
Great. Del Toro is fucking amazing.
I'm planning to react to as many of the Godzilla films as I can in chronological order, like the order that they were released. So I'm going to be releasing those on Grizzled Wizard. I was actually planning to mention something about that separate from the podcast, but since we've just gone Godzilla. Yeah, I'll throw that out there. Yeah, Godzilla reactions are coming to Grizzle Wizard soon. So
chat says 2016 for Shin Godzilla. Yeah, no, it still holds up.
2016. Okay, cool.
It still holds up. It's still very fucking entertaining.
Moff Gideon cameo. Like, there's so many cameos that we could get. I was thinking maybe Moff Gideon as a young ISB officer, maybe Dr. Pershing being involved in the cloning science on Tantus, you know? Who's to say he didn't have a job there before the Empire fell? A lot of people in the chat were saying Caleb Doom. We could get Kanan in the finale somewhere. I've got 2 squares left. So throw your suggestions to me. Let me update the board that I have for right now. I think you might be right. I think Pershing might be a little bit too young. But who knows? Maybe he was one of those prodigies, you know?
Going through the chat here.
Cool.
Jedi appearance? I don't know. I mean, like, we're getting Ventress. That's our yellow lightsaber, you know, gray Jedi, neutral Force user. That's our lightsaber Force user. Like, we get Ventress. So I don't know if we'll get, like, a full-fledged Jedi. Last season, we did get Gungi, but, like, yeah.
Oh, Benny from the Mines. Benny from the Mines is the new Jenny from the Block. No, I think the Martez sisters is right on the money, though. That's very possible. I feel like if we were going to get the Martez sisters showing up somewhere, it would be something to do with Ahsoka. Just because they encountered her before. But then again, you know, like if they were going to be brazen enough to go to Coruscant to the lower levels, the Bad Batch, they've done it before. I could see that being where this whole thing ends, you know, trying to fight their way to the. What if the Batch decide that the only way for the clones to be free is to take out Palpatine, and they try to make a play for him on Coruscant, and that's where the whole thing is decided.
Yeah.
Like, what if Tantus is a smokescreen, and they're going to wrap up Tantus in the first couple episodes, and then they go do something wildly different, you know?
Yeah, that's
what I'm hoping for.
Absolutely plausible. I feel like it would be the Martez sisters who like get Omega out, if anything.
Terry, are you saying that this is the original Godzilla with Raymond Burr? Saw when I was 5 years old and gave me nightmares for months. Still resonates. Try for the non-heavy edited version. Real eye opener still creepy. I'm always down for a recommendation. Yes, it is. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna try and track that down. Raymond Burr. Metroplex Asylum, that may be a hot take, but it's one that I share with you, actually. I don't mind the Martez sisters at all. I thought they were fun. I liked the banter that they had with each other. And the fact that Rafa was like continually making like the worst decision possible. It's fucking hilarious. That's totally entertaining. Like, listen, you want to see what happens next if someone is so prone to making the worst choice, and seeing how exasperated her sister was constantly. Like, no, it was a fun dynamic to watch. I was a fan of that. So if they show back up, I'll be happy about it.
They at least were able to turn from toxic to dysfunctional.
Yeah, I don't think it ever really got like to the toxic part, but also like Ahsoka exudes that like just sort of chill influence on everyone that she interacts with. Like how much she calmed Anakin down, you know.
I don't know. I think the older sister was like fucking lying a lot to the younger sister. That shit was pretty toxic. Like,
was she lying? I thought that she was like the one. She was just being really short with her. She was trying to keep her out of trouble, and it was the young one that was lying and was trying to like do all these crazy schemes and come up, but it wasn't working. And she was keeping it from her sister because she knew her sister would yell at her because her sister knew better. That's what I thought was going on.
I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was the older sister.
I think you've got it flipped. I think the younger one was lying because she knew the older one was being like overprotective. When it turns out it wasn't overprotective, it was the right amount protective because she was fucking up constantly.
By giving people benefit. Well, I don't know. I think she was fucking up by giving people benefit of the doubt, but like the older sister was being shady.
They were both extremes, you know. She was too trusting, and the other one didn't trust anyone.
Yeah, see, I got you. Yeah, the older one was putting her sister in danger, owing money, and not giving her all the information. Yeah, see, fuck the older sister.
That's right. That's what it was. That's what it was. Because I couldn't remember which one was making the deal, older or younger. But you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. She was a liar. But okay, well, I'm sorry for the Rafa slander, but regardless, they're entertaining to watch. I'm a fan of the Martez sisters.
It's true.
Okay, so we have 2 more spots open here. My bingo card. I guess this is just a great way of stating our predictions for the season, really, because why would we put it on the card if we didn't think there was any chance? Cad Bane versus Fennec rematch. It's happening. Boba Fett meets Omega. If it doesn't happen here, where the fuck is it going to happen? Right?
Never.
Echo Cody Rex reunion. That's one of yours. I think that's got a pretty solid chance too. Marauder gets destroyed. What do you think about that?
Which one's the Marauder? Just their ship?
It's their ship, yeah. Razor.
I mean, we've lost so many fucking ships. I think that's plausible. That's completely plausible and a very easy bingo square.
I feel like that would be bigger, a worse blow, honestly, than the Razor Crest, because the Razor Crest was just a ship that he used for work, but like the Marauder is the first place that Omega's ever had like a proper bedroom, like a home. Like Wrecker made that cute little area for her in the back with like a curtain and everything. Like now there's a sentimental connection. Like that's actually her home. So if that gets destroyed, it'll have a way bigger effect on Omega than the Razor Crest getting blown up had on Din Djarin.
All the more reason why it's going to get blown up.
Yeah, I hope not. But I mean, I put it on the fucking board. There's a real good chance.
Game of Thrones logic, the most painful thing is always plausible.
I am scared of Game of Thrones logic being used outside of Game of Thrones, because I really don't think that we need to kill everyone left and right. That works in Game of Thrones, but like,
true.
Man, too much death in all the shows, it starts bringing me down. Something has to have like some relative, like reasonable stakes.
Like we lost.
But this is a final season. It's a final season, so like, I think death is very much on the table for a lot of people. It scares me. In season 1, I wasn't scared. In season 1, I was like, whatever, we'll be fine. You know, it's the Bad Batch. But like now that we know that there's going to be no more story after this, maybe they're not safe. Like Crosshair dying, I think is pretty inevitable. If he survives, I'll be very surprised. I'll be happy, but I'll be surprised. Opposite with Tech. I think Tech is really out there, and he's the one wearing that slick black armor, and he's been Winter Soldiered. He'll be the big obstacle.
McCleekson, I see what you're throwing down, and I'll raise you. I see your Bosk, and I will raise you a Dengar.
Respectable.
I will raise.
Ooh, you want Dengar?
No, I'm thinking like if we were to get old school bounty hunters in a new age, in like a younger time period, like before Empire Strikes Back, because like we know Bosk is hanging out with Kid Boba or like teenage Boba at this point. Like,
and we know that Dengar knows Ventress.
Yeah.
I like where you're going with this. Yeah.
So like if we hit the bounty hunter bar, like if we get insight on the bounty hunter bar, that would be pretty fucking hilarious.
Dengar, Simon Pegg is always game to come back as Dengar.
If we could get the ever legendary quote of "You want something disintegrated, get me integrated." Like
that's Dengar's motto.
That's Dengar's motto.
Tricks of the trade: D bombs, D guns, D missiles.
Yeah, toilet paper head rolls. You know.
I would also love for Aura Singh to show up, and maybe we can get some clarification. We can see Woody Harrelson's character like push her to her death, but then she doesn't actually die. Because I've never believed that Beckett really killed her. Taking credit for a kill that he didn't actually do.
Dude, I know what it's
something that he would do, you know? It's right up his alley. So I don't think that. I think Aura Singh's still out there. Ooh, Lots Razzie. That would be sweet. With her like fancy killer scarf. She'd be a good addition too. Embo, hell yes. Embo would be nice as well.
I don't remember who Embo is.
Dude, he's the Liu Kang bounty hunter. He throws his hat.
Oh, that's right. He is pretty fucking cool.
He's dope. He's dope. He like kills. Hunter. He fights with his hat. He rides his hat around.
Yeah, with the hunter wolf like robot dog things, or are they like actual animals? I don't remember if they were like part robot. But yeah,
no, it was a real animal.
Real animal. Fucking yeah.
Kung Lao, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Fucking love that guy.
What did I say? Liu Kang? God damn it. That's what I'm saying. It's absolutely just some big fish story that he told. I don't think that she really died. Not after all the things that she managed to survive in the Clone Wars. She has like cockroach level survivability, you know? I am a little bit scared of that too. That yes, the Winter Soldier thing's most likely going to happen, but what if they can't save him? You know? What if we have to watch Tech die again? I don't know if I can handle that, man.
Or Crosshair is going to be the one doing it because, like, I don't know, like you said, Crosshair could have a complete like change of heart at some point and could just fall in line with the whole sacrificing himself to.
I see it. I see the vision, and I see that happening very easily. Honestly, like if Crosshair survives, I'll be really happy, but I'm going to be so surprised. Yeah, no. As for Tech, if they bring him back, they better not kill him again. I will be super pissed if they do that. It'll be like,
hi, my name is Hunter,
and my name is Tech.
It's not as bad the second time.
Still so sad. Still very sad.
It's not.
It's worse the second time. It's so much worse the second time.
Because, like, when you bring the dead body back, then you're like you feel good when it's finally like when it's finally put down. You're like, yeah, he gets to rest now. Like,
did you? I mean, come on. Did you feel satisfied when Benjamin Stark showed back up and rescued John and then died like immediately?
When who? Benjen?
When Benjen like showed up, rescued John, and then he just like immediately died, and we got nothing from him.
It pushed plot. It pushed plot.
It pushed the plot. But were you satisfied? Because I was angry. I was
I understand, but the same.
We've been arguing and theorizing about this man for years.
Said when the Blue Eyes dead dragon got re-killed, and you're like, yes, finally, Viserion, you go to sleep now.
The payoff was sweet. The payoff was very, very sweet. But in the moment of like that second death, like there's nothing that made it less than the first one. It was worse than the first one for me.
Yeah.
If they bring Tech back just to kill him again. Oh God, what if they bring back Ventress just to kill her again? That would be hysterical, honestly. There's a thing about whether they're retconning her death just to give her a new death.
Normal public, regular public, they don't even know that Ventress died in the first place. Like regular everyday people have no recollection of like the whole Darth Maul situation and the whole prison. Like no one knows any of that shit happened because most people don't read books. But like,
you're right. But these are not, and these shows are made with the casuals in mind. However, there's just enough exposition for those of us who did read the books.
It's true.
Star Wars doesn't typically leave us hanging, those of us that do read of the supplemental materials, but sometimes they do. I don't think in the final season with a character as beloved as Ventress, like if you're into her character, chances are you've picked up the book and you've read it, and you at the very least you know what happens to her. I still don't think they can rely on that knowledge though. They need to explain it for people.
It's true.
They can't just pretend like the book doesn't exist because that'll cause too many problems.
But I mean, they kind of did with Kanan's backstory, so.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They don't usually do that, but like Kanan the Last Padawan, the Ahsoka novel by E.K. Johnston, there have been several instances of them changing it, and I wouldn't be surprised if they change it again. But I hope they don't. I really hope they don't. Okay, so funny story. This helmet back here, the Phase 1. So I got this from eBay, right? This was listed on eBay. Inexplicably, just randomly. It's a fiberglass, really nice mold, actually. It's in pretty damn good condition. It was listed for around $100, which if you've ever bought a helmet online, you'll know that that's insanely low. Insanely low, especially for a clone Phase 1.
Yeah.
So basically, I had to look into it. I was like, is this a scam? $100 is too cheap for a helmet. It was being sold by a dude's mom who they were arguing, and he had like eaten her food in the fridge for the last time or something. So she sold a bunch of his Star Wars stuff. And so she was like, yeah, he's being a little shit. So I sold his helmet. So I was like, well, damn. So if you're watching this and your mom sold your Clone Wars helmet, please get at me and we'll talk about it. But yeah, I've been looking for one of these for years and years and years, and I never actually found one in the wild until I was looking on eBay for something completely different, and I saw that, and I was like, well, now I need to know everything about it. And my God, I feel bad for that dude. Like, I feel so bad for that dude. Like, imagine coming home and your mom has sold your Clone Wars Phase 1.
Yeah, well.
Oh man. Yeah, like as a fellow fan, my heart goes out to him, and like he's probably watching this right now and he's got a nerve like bulging in his forehead. Damn. But that's what happened. That's how I found it. So that mom is ice cold, whoever she is. Yeah. Lesson here is if your mom doesn't want you to eat her food in the fridge, like don't. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Think of your helmets before you do it. Because if I didn't do it, someone else was going to do it, you know?
So sad.
It absolutely can. Absolutely can. I feel like everyone should strive to live their life in a way that will never incur payback from anybody, you know? Don't ever screw someone over. They've never made the Phase 1 helmets like Black Series doesn't make one. The Phase 2 helmet that they put out, I've got the 332nd back there. That's the only clone helmet that Hasbro Black Series makes. Hopefully they'll come out with a Phase 1 someday, but so far.
Well, they have the Rex. They put out the Rex one. That's about it.
Yes, and that's like half Phase 1, half Phase 2. But that at least means that they have a mold that has the Phase 1 visor now. So maybe that means a proper Phase 1 is soon to follow. That would be awesome. I would really like that. So we're just about at the end of our time here. Bad Batch is upon us. We're going to get watching that pretty soon. But we have a clip. We have a new clip from the upcoming season. I wanted to try and watch it here. If you're a longtime follower of the Dork Forces podcast, then you know what our luck is like trying to watch clips on the goddamn internet, right? So hopefully we don't get taken down for this, but we are going to try and react to this new clip from the Bad Batch Season 3. Let's see if we can do it. Is it at midnight tonight? Yes. Yes, it is at midnight. Pacific time, that is. So without further ado, let's check out the clip.
When the Empire transferred us off Camino, we thought we were getting more training. Instead, they made us prisoners, took samples of our blood.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, dude, are those key clones?
Yeah, I hadn't considered what happened to like the adolescent clones during this time.
The facility.
And you survived alone out here ever since?
We're soldiers. Or we were supposed to be.
Bro, that's so Lost Boys.
Seriously.
That's insane.
Stop.
What?
Oh, it's a spider.
Behind you.
A fucking snake.
That's a vine. Oh my god, is it a Drengir somehow?
Run!
From like High Republic?
Oh, fuck that
Open
shit.
fire! It gets hostile when you shoot.
You mean it's not already hostile?
It gets hostile? Yeah, it gets hostile?
Bro, it's a fucking tree, bro.
That was too short. That was too short of a clip, but you know what? That's probably
nice.
the best because any longer and we get
Nice.
taken down.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
100%. That's the first thing that I thought of too. The Drengir. Like, definitely. Yeah, that did kind of sound like Daniel Logan, didn't it? Which is really cool if they're finally giving him an opportunity to do something in Star
Pretty
Wars
cool,
again.
yeah.
It's been too long. Yeah, we both got to meet him at Emerald City many years
I
ago.
believe so, yes.
It was Emerald City. That was like 2009, something like that.
Yeah.
That was a
And then
long
on
time
other
ago.
random notes, Last Airbender comes out these next couple of days as well. And
That's right.
the last little teaser trailer that they put out on their Twitter and their Instagram today gave us our first look at Avatar Kyoshi, and she looked like an absolute fucking badass. We also got to see more of the Air Bison, and the Air Bison looked fantastic and super fucking adorable.
So Avatar is premiering the day after Bad Batch. So tonight at midnight we get Bad Batch. Tomorrow at midnight we get Avatar. So gonna be awesome.
Yeah, so we'll be able to watch.
Yes, the Avatar trailer
that
is amazing. We
when
watched it last
are
week.
together next weekends. Dude, yeah, I can't wait, best friends. It's gonna be like a little more than 1 week.
Yeah, so
Okay.
soon.
We'll
So
be
soon.
hanging out for Emerald City Comic Con.
It's gonna be great. Also, those of you in the Seattle area, we are going to be doing a meetup the same weekend as Comic Con. So
Friday
stay tuned
night
for announcements about that. Yep, we're
Cafe
going to
Moss.
be probably at Cafe Mox playing a round of maybe some Shatterpoint, maybe some Magic. Either way, we'll be hanging out. So we'll have an announcement about that on the Discord coming up pretty soon. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been the Dork Forces podcast. We are hyped as hell about the Bad Batch Season 3, and our full-length reactions will be coming out on the Kalkatarn YouTube channel, so make sure to stay tuned there. If you support on Patreon, you'll be getting the full uncut reactions, and you'll be getting them a whole lot faster, so just keep that in mind as well. There's links to both in the description of the video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Again, this is the Dork Forces podcast, and we will see you on the other side of the first 3 episodes of the Bad Batch.
Hi, my name is Hunter.
And my name is Tech.
I'm Wrecker.
Crosshair.
And I'm Echo to you.